At that time, Zhang Ming, a young man who grew up with his orphanage, drove his Mercedes-Benz and crashed into a Volkswagen Phaeton in order to get rid of his car. It is said that the Phaeton was the car of a big brother on the road. This is Abner. Charlie wiped an upward arc at the corner of his mouth, thinking, this is a bit interesting. At this time, in the other cars, 30 or 40 menacing little brothers suddenly ran out. Afterwards, under the command of Abner, these people ran over and surrounded the crowd. Shui Xinlong hurriedly waved at him, "Brother Abner." Abner nodded, glanced at him, and asked, "Mr. Shui, who is not long-eyed and dares to bump into you?" Shui Xinlong pointed at Charlie and said angrily, "Brother Abner, this little bastard, not only insults me, but also FC King insults my girl." Abner raised his eyebrows, looked at Charlie, and immediately trembled with fright. "Damn it! It's Mr. Wade." After all, Abner is one of Orville's 4 great heavenly kings, and one of Orville's more powerful celebrities. When Charlie was in Classic Mansion, he had seen Charlie's face. However, at that time, Orville was extremely humble to Charlie, and he was shy of speaking, so naturally he didn't introduce his men. He didn't expect that Shui Xinlong would provoke Mr. Wade. He panicked and he blurted out to explain to Charlie. "Mr. Wade, Wade da." Charlie interrupted him immediately. "You have admitted the wrong person." "Ah," Abner said hurriedly and respectfully. "How could it be? The young one used to be in Classic Mansion." Charlie raised his eyebrows. "I said you admitted the wrong person. Are you deaf?" Abner's internal organs were all trembling at Charlie's roar, knowing that Charlie definitely didn't want to tell him who he was, so he was busy to follow his words. But at this time, Shui Xinlong scolded in a rage. "Damn, why are you talking to Brother Abner? Are you going to die? Believe it or not, let someone chop you down immediately?" Shui Xinlong's words immediately scared Abner to the ground almost as soon as his legs were weak. He turned his face and observed at Shui Xinlong with anger, slapped his face with a slap. "Damn. Shui Xinlong, do you want to die? Believe it or not, I hacked your life now." Shui Xinlong was stunned by this slap. "What's the situation? I asked you to slash this little bastard, why did you slap me?" Shui Xinlong was aggrieved and covered his face, looked at Abner, and blurted out, "Abner, what are you hitting me for?" Abner trembled all over. "What are you doing? IFC King want to kill you. Who is it not good for you to provoke, Mr. Wade? Isn't this going to pit me to death? How many people who have offended Mr. Wade have been dragged by my elder brother Orville to the kennel to feed the dogs? Are UFC King trying to kill me?" However, he didn't dare to say this clearly. After all, Mr. Wade was already angry just now, and he definitely didn't want to expose his identity. Thinking of this, he could only suppress the anger and fear in his heart, and said, "I hit you because you are too unqualified to speak. Don't always talk about cutting people. Pay attention to your quality, understand?" Shui Xinlong was wronged to death, and blurted out, "But you just called me an old dog, and you said you want to hack me to death." "What did I say?" When Abner heard Shui Xinlong say this, he slapped him again angrily, and yelled, "Grass, UFC King dare to talk back to me. I said you listen to me." Shui Xinlong was slapped twice and was extremely depressed. How could he have been beaten since he became an adult? Today, in front of so many people, Abner slapped him twice. However, although he was very angry, he did not dare to express any dissatisfaction at this moment. I can only nodded angrily and said, "Brother Abner, you are right. I must pay more attention to what I say outside." Abner snorted coldly and glanced at Charlie. He couldn't help but feel a little guilty, so he asked Shui Xinlong, "What the hell is going on today? Tell me clearly." Shui Xinlong immediately said with a grieved and angry face, "Brother Abner, I have lost all my old face today. A little bitch who didn't know where he came from would dare to pretend to be forceful with me, and dare to insult and humiliate me. You have to help me decide." Having said that, Shui Xinlong immediately said the matter exactly. Abner couldn't help being dumbfounded when he finished speaking. On the one hand, he was surprised at the promiscuity of Shui Xinlong's daughter. On the one hand, he was also surprised at the shamelessness of the Sun Dewang family, and on the other hand, he was shocked by Mr. Wade's manipulation. If he were Charlie, he would bring someone here to teach the two families a lesson, and then let Carden and Isabella get married. But a ghost like Mr. Wade could even think of letting Sun Dewang marry Shui Xinlong's daughter. This is too dark humor. Sun Dewang and Shu Liqin wanted to make their son the catcher. But the two of them might not have thought of it anyway, and it was Sun Dewang who was going to be the next groom. Moreover, Abner had heard of a lot of Mr. Wade's deeds a long time ago, not to mention, he had already heard of Mr. Wade's resolute and uncompromising character. Therefore, he looked at Shui Xinlong and Sun Dewang with sympathy at this moment, and he was very clear in his heart that although this solution seemed very absurd and ironic, since this was the decision of Mr. Wade, there must be no buffer room for this matter. At this moment, Shui Xinlong saw Abner's expression weird, and hurriedly cried, "Brother Abner, if you say that Shui Xinlong is in Orus Hill, I can be considered a person with a face. This guy humiliates me and humiliates my daughter."